Good morning, YouTube. Joe the Average. Please keep in mind that I'm just a guy talking to my cell phone, so whatever I say, take it with a grain of salt. I'd like to talk about AVRs and how crazy it's getting. This AVR thing is just out of hand now. As some of you may know, I am a proud owner of a Yamaha TSR 700, but I am looking to upgrade. It only carries 7 channels. I'd like to add 2 more height channels, eventually 2 more bed layer channels, with the ability to maybe go to 13. But that's easier said than done right now. Currently, May of 2021, the end of May. So where to start with all this? Let's go back to the C9. LG C9. That display comes out and has 4 ports at 48 gigabits per second, full bandwidth. That's 4 lanes, 12 gigabits a lane, 48. The very next year, LG releases the C10, the model I own. The C10 is capped with the new Panasonic chip at 40 gigabits per second. That's 4 lanes running 10 gigabits. I was okay with that. I purchased that product because I knew that everything else was going to be capped with the same chip, 40 gigabits per second. I had the option to buy the C9, but went with the C10. Let's talk about the inverse of what happened with LG. You see, LG put out a stellar product, and then they dialed it back the next year. Let's take a look at Samsung. Foldable phone. First year it comes out, it has a little small teeny LCD screen on the front of it. It's useless to everyone. No one likes it. Consumers are actually peeling the screen off of the phone. I think we all remember what happened with that. Second generation. Number 2. Foldable phone comes out. Everybody loves it. It's got an almost full screen on the front of it when you close it, so people are happy. They're not peeling the screens off anymore. What did Samsung do? Samsung released a product to see if people would buy it. It was a beta product. It wasn't even finished. A lot of people bought it. So then Samsung was like, okay, we'll give you the real product now. It's very interesting. I think we should keep that in the back of our minds for this discussion as I move into AVRs. Last year, if you go buy an AVR from Sound United, Denon Marantz, or Yamaha, you get the 2020 chipset, which is supposed to be able to pass 4K 120. It cannot, or has lots of problems doing so. Also, VRR, some other things. So, as far as I am aware, Yamaha is the only company out here standing behind their product saying, go ahead, send in the receiver, we'll upgrade the motherboard for you, free of charge. Amazing. Still crappy we got to go through that, but I appreciate it. Sound United's come up with a couple of different solutions. They can send you a little black box to hook to your black box, or you can send it into the factory, pay them some money, upgrade the motherboard. Fast forward, to right now, new AVRs are starting to drop now. Denon, of course, they released the flagship model, re-release it, the 8500HA, now working 2.1 chipset, another $600. So you put out incomplete products on the 2020 model year. See how many people buy them. People do buy them, realize they don't work. So the following year, product year, you release the working AVRs. And as far as I'm really aware, this is only like higher end right now. We're not talking on down the line through the models. Who knows when or if that'll happen. So if you want the working chipset feature set that you purchased in 2020, you have to buy a new AVR, and you got to pay more money for it. But you already purchased it, and it was already supposed to have those features. Industry, the last several years, industry, I'm sure for generations has been terrible. I mean, you can go back to the light bulb and figure that out. But man, these last several years, industry is just, it's crazy what industry is doing to the consumer. And I love my community, my AV community here on YouTube. I love the guys in it. I love learning from them and sharing information with everybody. And I feel the need to protect, to look out for my homies, and make sure we're all aware of what's going on, what the industry is doing to us as the consumer. So there's going to be a whole lot more to come on this subject. For right now, I'm going to leave it where it is. But believe you me, we have a whole lot more to cover with the whole HDMI 2.1 debacle, as well as semiconductors. So that's about it for now. And as always, thank you for listening. Be good, be safe. Boom.